Are you a real estate agent, realtor, investor, or are you in the real estate business and you need new listings and deals? We have a solution for you, and that solution has guaranteed results. How much would you pay to get face-to-face with a homeowner that wants to sell their home? What if you also got their email address and daytime phone number? And what if this homeowner also scheduled you to come to their door at a set time to meet with you? Sound too good to be true? It isn't. And it is 100% guaranteed for you to meet face-to-face with a real homeowner who really needs to sell their home. Not only will you get this remarkable contact system and its 100% guarantee, at no additional charge, you will get weekly coaching, documents, and training on how to get that homeowner and convert them into a new listing. When you purchase, you'll also get a one-on-one walkthrough so that you can start using the system today. Visit www.thelistingmonster.com. That's www.thelistingmonster.com. Or call Diana Ortiz at 213-706-0040. Stop wasting time the old way. Use a monster and get actual results today.
Welcome to the Honish Report, hosted by Lee-honish. The Honish Report is a look at the real estate market and creating effective marketing plans for realtors or investors to get new listings and deals. Your host, Lee-honish, has over 20 years of experience in real estate, banking, and marketing. Over the last 6 years, Lee has developed cutting-edge marketing and was named one of the most innovative marketers in America. With over 1 million views, Lee continues to be an advocate for the entire real estate community. Enjoy today's show.
Manager, vice president, whatever, I just work there. So we just, we make a new title every other week. So, but anyway, so I'm doing the day-to-day operations over at that company, and our sole purpose over there is we do loss mitigation from the consumer side, and generally it's on a consulting basis for other real estate agents that have short sales, distressed properties, or just, a deal that they're having problems with. And, we help people with all types of deals. We get deals with, we've done deals with 20 liens. We do, I don't know if this, a probate short sale, if you can wrap your head around that. We do all different types of deals. And, one of our mottos is kind of like, let's just do one. Send us your dead deal and let us take a look at it. But I'm not here to pitch you on our services or what we do. I'm just here to talk to you about packaging, foreclosure prevention, and short sale negotiation. So I just have a few slides. I'll probably make it a little quicker because I know we're crunched for time. But anyways, we get the title cut off. But this says, the first thing and one of the most important things is that you want to educate your client. So the reason that we're educating your client is, short sales are complicated. You see my name. You guys didn't think it as funny as I did, I guess. So
they have a ladder to get up there.
Yeah, right. So it's just, the point is that short sales are really complicated, and being as real estate agents, you guys know just as well as any of us is that, picking the agent to do the job is a tough task, and we're a dime a dozen out there, and this buying a house or selling a house is, one of the, or if not the biggest financial decision that most people are going to make in their entire life. So, going and educating these people is not only going to add value, but it's going to give these, your clients a little bit of peace of mind, and it's going to tell them what to expect. Because a short sale in particular, and even if you're dealing with a loan mod, you're helping them do a deed in lieu, helping them do a short sale, what have you, these are complicated transactions, and you want to give them a little bit of upfront information. That way they kind of know what we're up against, because and really the reality of the matter is that you just want to give them a little peace of mind. There's no way that I can sit up here for 30 minutes and tell you everything that there is to know about short sales, and you guys will go back and do a short sale easy peasy, because everything is different. But we do what we can. We give the information we can that's tailor made for them in each individual circumstance. So when you get a short sale, someone says, okay, I have a short sale. I want you to come over, take a look at my house. You go to this listing appointment, and you want to start. That's when I suggest that you're going to start getting this package together. Okay, and at the bottom it's just this is titled what we know what each lender requires. So, and I say just ask me for a package. So over the years, and this is no strings attached. If you're doing a short sale, you want to negotiate it on yourself, God bless you. Just call me, I'll send you the short sale package, and you can go and use it and do your own thing with it. You don't ever have to call me again, but just call me. So after the years, after the thousands of short sales that we've done, we've compiled these packages, and we have one for Bank of America and one for Wells Fargo, and so on and so forth. And the reason that we do this is because when we get a Bank of America file, I pull this, and we go to the appointment, we get the listing agreement signed, we get the offer signed, we get the Bank of America lender-specific third-party signed, their real estate license certification and short sale addendum, because they all have their own individual packages that they want lender-specific forms on. So what I'm saying is you want to package this right the first time. And so one of the options is you can call me, like I just went over, or you call the lender. You call the lender and say, hey, what do you guys need? Where do you want me to send it? You know, and get the information from them. And like I said, you want to know where to send it. So I'll tell you, everything is very bureaucratic. It's very slow. Everything is just crawls along when we're dealing with these banks. And after doing it for a few years, man, you really learn to love to hate banks, I'll tell you. So asking homeowners what the bank did to you, you know, we could go on for hours together. So anyways, but you submit the package to the wrong place. Let me just tell you, so you submit the package. It usually takes them about 2 days to even acknowledge that they've received anything. After they've acknowledged that they receive anything, then it takes another 3 days to get on someone's desk. And then once it gets on someone's desk, then it takes them another week to even review it. Well, if you submit it to the wrong place, you're going to call a few days later. They're going to say, oh, I don't have it. Oh, okay, you send it here. And next thing you know, you've lost 2 weeks. Okay. And one of the topics that we're talking about today is packaging and preventing foreclosures. And I'll tell you what, time is absolutely of the essence when you're dealing with a foreclosure sale date, which so many of us are. If you're chasing NODs and an OTS, you've got a sale date. And it's something that you're up against, and you're up against the clock. And most of these people that we're dealing with, they don't even want to talk to you until it's the 11th hour. They don't even want to talk to you until Monday, and their foreclosure sale date's on Friday, because people are busy, and they want to just bury their head in the sand. They don't want to talk about it. So you want to get it in right, and you want to get it in quick, okay? So and that leads me to our next topic. So you want to get your package into the lender right away. So this is the biggest mistake that I see a lot of people do, and part of my job is, I work with with the agents that come to me and say, hey, Davis, will you help me out with this short sale? And I try to coach them, and I say, look, this is not a traditional sale. So the idea of going out, getting a listing, you sit an open house, you run 500 people through their house. I don't know what the market's like where all you guys are. It's crazy. You run 150 people through their house. You get 10 offers. You go through all this, blah, 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 and then a week or two later, you open escrow with someone. I mean, you don't need to go out there and get the absolute highest offer and spend all this time and run the seller, through the gauntlet of offers. And, these people are already stressed out. They're worried. They're losing their home. They don't know what to do. They're a basket. This is what we do. So we go in, we get an investor offer, and we submit it to the bank. It's a low ball offer. Generally, we do it at 95% of low-end market value minus repairs. There's a reason behind that, and I can explain it to you if you want to know more about it later. And so you just get it into the bank. And the reason that we do that is going to lead me into my next point. So you don't waste time. Just get them the package, because the package is what gets the process going. And once we're able to get the process going, then we can get it on that negotiator's desk. And then the negotiator can get this moving, and then we can get the BPO or the appraisal order. Okay, and that's the second most important thing if you want to get the deal going and you want to get the foreclosure sale date stopped. And I mean, a lot of agents, oh, how long is it going to take? I don't know. When is this deal going to close? My seller's so worried. I can't pay my bills. I need a commission. So part of that is that you need, so people ask me these questions. Well, I say, I don't know. If I ask for, a signature on this document, is it going to take your seller 2 weeks to get it to me? If I ask you to amend your listing agreement in this way, is it going to take you a week and a half to have your TC send it to me? If I counter your buyer, are they going to, cry and moan and send me an offer 2 months later? I mean, these are all things. If you respond quickly, we can get it done quickly. Okay, and so this is one of the things. So generally, after you're able to get your complete package to the lender, the next step for them is they're gonna go and order the BPO or the appraisal, and that is the single most important piece of information that we have as a realtor on this deal, because that's gonna tell us the price guidance, and so that's what we want to know. And because there's no, like I said, you don't treat this like a normal deal. You don't just take a stab in the air and say, I think this house is worth $515,000. You say, look, I'm going to say, what are the low end comps? Just write me an offer, around this range, and you just leave it open for negotiations. And then you submit that to the bank. And it doesn't matter if this house is worth $1 million and you submit a $550,000 offer. You're just submitting that purchase agreement, and that purchase agreement is filling in that spot in that package in order to allow the bank to check that box in their bureaucratic system so that they can hire an appraisal and send it out to the property. Okay? And then they're going to come back and they're going to say, we want $995 for the house. And then at that point, you know how much the house needs to sell for. Now maybe $995, and this is where it gets tricky, because every deal is unique. Okay? I can't just tell you this is what's going to happen and then this is what you do, kind of like I alluded to earlier. But, so you get that, and then maybe you dispute the value. Maybe you counter the investor buyer, and maybe it's a great deal. Sometimes we get investor prices on our very first counter from a bank. The first counter that we get is an investor deal, slam dunk. They accept it, we get it approved, we close the deal in 45 days, from the day that we started the process. Sometimes the bank, Fannie Mae, Alan Marianne, Fannie Mae, they'll come back and they'll want $100,000 over, and then we go back and we got to dispute the value and we got to fight them, and it just keeps going, and then eventually we generally get them to crack. So that's what I'm saying here. You want to get, the sooner you know the value, the sooner you can dispute it. And also another thing is that you got to keep in mind in terms of foreclosure is you got to realize that a lot of these banks, if you submit an offer at $500,000 and they say the property is worth $650,000, well, it doesn't really make sense for them to stop the foreclosure sale date unless you have an offer that's in line. Now, Fannie Mae, for example, which owns over 50% of the notes that are out there in the atmosphere, they're going to require an actual written approval. So that means that you have to go out, you have to complete the package, you have to get it approved before they will stop the sale. Now, the majority of the other lenders, they just want to see that you're playing ball. They just want to see that you have an offer that's in line with that in order to stop the sale. So the quicker you get this piece of information, the quicker you can better align yourself for approval, foreclosure, postponement, and so on and so forth. And the last thing it says is to get backup offers. So at that point, when they say, okay, the house is worth X amount, well, that tells us now we can list the property for this amount of money. We go and list the property for this amount of money, and either you give the initial buyer, the investor buyer that we start off with, you give them that counter. They either agree, they either accept, counter hire, or they pass. Now, if they pass, then we go to the market, we list the property, and we go and get the buyers. And you don't just take the one highest and best offer and send the rest, by the wayside. You take backup offers, because I can't tell you how many times we do a deal and that buyer walks, or something comes up, or they think that they're going to ask for a request for repairs. Well, I can tell you, one thing I can guarantee in a short sale is that the bank's not going to send their handyman to the house to fix anything for you. So those are the 2 points. In my opinion, and in my experience, if you want to get it done, you need to submit it quick, you need to submit it right, and you need to get the BPO order. And now, the way to get them pressured, the way to get that BPO out there is you got to follow up like crazy. So this is like a picture of me, and then this is the bank, and they're just like, leave me alone. Stop calling me. I'm tired of you. But that's the way that it's got to be, because as they say, the squeaky wheel's the one that gets the oil. And the way I see it is that these guys are all, they're punching a clock, they're going into the office, and they're working their files, and they're just grinding. That's these bank employees, and I know because I started doing loss mitigation working at Bank of America, And so I know firsthand exactly. So it's funny, every once in a while I come across someone that I used to do loan mods with at Bank of America, and now they're doing